Nobody does that. Facebook never did that. So I think the challenge is, this is, a point I want to make that, look, if you do need to see your content, you do need to get your content understood and heard and sampled, but beyond that, if you're going to pump money into building an internet brand, I think something's wrong. But check this out. So this is where the glory comes out, right? 316 to 370 million uniques. Now we're talking about 1/3 of the global web. So Orkut jumped from 14 to 50 to maybe 54. So, less than 3 to 5% growth. Look at these guys. IVCO and Bigata, still pretty much the same. So my point to you guys is that if you have a playground which reads like this, so think word and think this, why bother? This guy has got the audience. That's it. They've done the biggest job for you. When I go back in time, the earlier, I tell a lot of my VC friends, Prashant, that the reason why .com 1.0 failed was that the entrepreneur in 99 was supposed to do many things. Build a site, get traffic, get, monetization. It's impossible. You can't do 3 things. It's not humanly possible. I mean, a human can do possibly one good thing. So, this time, you have the advantage of someone building your content, your audiences, someone even building your monetization platform. If you can get the right content out there, boom, you're going to be through. So, I think as a developer, especially if you're a technology specialist, getting audiences is extremely tough. It's a science, it's an art, it's just the method of getting audiences which you need not learn. Leverage FB and let them do for it, do that job for it. And I hate saying this, but stop bothering with the other platforms. We've been very distracting. We've had some stuff on Orkut, we went all over the place and did blah blah blah. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. I mean, you guys went to FB, you guys started with what? Facebook, is it? Yeah, and then you all went up, right? But you mastered this platform and then went ahead. So you did the right thing. But I think the lesson we're learning is get it right on the biggest and then move backwards rather than, so this is a very friendly discussion. I mean, in this big attack, this is all due respect. But the kind of time and effort we try to spend on these two guys and customizing and rewriting and, time, money, effort, just boom, nobody. We don't know which one was the 50%. So you just have no clue whether it was TV that worked or print that worked or the hoarding that worked. And that's called spray and pray. Just spray your tongue with some hoardings and hope that it works. Our view is that, look, getting the one piece of content right may or may not be the right strategy. It may be too much effort for a single shot. It's like buying one lotto ticket and expecting it to work. I don't know, Prashant, you noticed, but I've been doing this personal analysis. A lot of the lotto and jackpot ticket winners in the US, if you learn their profile, have bought the same ticket from pretty much the same store and almost the same number for years before they struck it. So the odds of getting it first right may not be that easy as much as repeating the effort over a period of time. So at least in our humble view, try lots of pieces of content, keep the dev cost low, put it out there, stick it on the wall. If it remains stuck, boom, you could build it further.
So I think this is a great point. I think the meshing of content and virality is probably always under the move.
Right, absolutely. Right.
Start focusing on one or the other. I don't think it's one or the other.
That's not one or the other. And I think a lot of I would urge at least Prashant and whoever else, Jeremy Liu from Lightspeed is actually pretty much in my mind the VC who gets it in the gaming business. And when he speaks repeatedly of the same theme. And he said something very interesting. He says, the big console guys, the EAs and the rest of the world, they can't understand casual games because casual games are never perfect. And they can't ship something that's not perfect. When we ship our games, we ship a game a day, it is horribly imperfect. And we keep killing each other at the next day saying, how on earth is it? Why? And all the cursors come and saying, who will ship that out? But then we are all saying, okay, now when's the next one going out? So we are masters of shipping out imperfection. And that's a state of mind. You can't do that. If you guys are hardcore developers, techies, software, gods, I like tell you guys, let's ship something with bad software. But consumer entertainment content, you know what? Nobody cares. As long as it's entertaining, who cares? It's supposed to be fun. So our strategy is actually to launch 20 apps a month. So we want to launch an app a day. And that's our strategy. Just boom, 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 just like guns or Valorant, just keep shooting. And I won't say, we're getting a little clever also on this. It's not going to remain number of time, but we're just putting a little more thought. So, so at least what we're doing, little more with cleverness is what we call building content families. So we're now understanding our audiences deeply. Wedding, baby care, cooking are all women-centric, fun stuff to do. So they're all getting clumped together. So it's the old Amazon model, right? If you read this, we hope that you read this, blah, blah, blah. So, ultimate babysitter, cookie time, super mom. So look at the family that comes together. This is one cluster that you would pretty much play if you began to play one of our games. And this gets you addicted into spend time with the baby, then take him to the mall, then get him cleaned up, then cook for him, then put him to sleep, and boom, you open up again. And that's the cycle of life that goes on and on. If one of them becomes a great hit. So I think what we're trying to do as a strategy is steal the content on the platform and figure out what is that piece of content that seems to be working. Kamal and I were talking in the morning that daily is a big theme for us. It's a huge thing for us. A baby gets an immediate smile. Think of a baby, right? In a play, I've always wondered why do people become so serious in a play? It's like a funeral. Nobody ever wants to talk to each other, nobody wants to look at each other, but the only thing that breaks that, horrible seriousness is a baby in a play. Everybody smiles at the baby. And wherever else you look at a baby, right? So for us, that's a metaphor. If you understand the concept of how we think. If the baby is what's working on these stupid apps, then maybe there needs to be something deeper to do with the baby. And that's how we're, hopefully researching our piece of content. So it's very difficult, that sitting in India, being able to understand, at least for us, US psychology, it's very, very tough. It's impossible. We live in Bombay, I live in South Mumbai, I've grown up with, as much of Western content as possible, but I can't understand their mind. So you've got to seek it out, look at what comes back, what ricochets back, and then play it again.
That's what the Japanese have been very good, right?
Absolutely.
Look at the Super Mario thing.
Absolutely.
Such a character, global appeal.
Absolutely. This is very important, I've been to many of such gatherings, and I don't know why people are stuck on engagement. That's Vinod's job, right? Vinod, you're supposed to sell engagement. The speaker was going to speak later. But guys, if you're an app developer, think excitement. Who cares about engagement? Engagement will come. Engagement is a byproduct of excitement. It is not the reason you're doing this product in the first place. You've got to excite people. And that's what a lot of people forget. I don't know, sometimes, it gets so, I guess it's the curse of being inundated with too much knowledge. The Madison Avenue guys will say, oh my God, you got to engage, you got to have stickiness, you got to have time spent. And the poor app guy starts getting so confused and saying, Arey baap re, if I can't put stickiness in there, I'm going to be there. Everything the dumbest thing we've ever done in our lives. So when you go to game studio, you click on a thumbnail, and you're supposed to go to a game. Just to increase engagement, we put an intermediate page out there. Saying that, now read about the game, 3 thumbnails, this is what the game is all about. Our bounce rates went up, our exit pages went up, and we removed it. I hate saying that, should be like short dead, man. For 6 months that stuff was on our site, till we removed it. So who cares? Just get excitement off. Just excitement. I think that's pretty simple. So again, I would urge you, what is being done by you guys and by us and by the big developers is nothing new. There's tons of papers now on why Texas Hold'em poker remains a great game. And poker has been a great game for centuries. Nobody created poker. Nobody created Scrabble, right? It's been a great game. What I'm urging you to say at this point is that, look, reflect on your content. Reflect on what are you guys trying to make. What is the theme that you're pursuing? What is the real world corollary to what you're trying to do? Again, that's how we think. So all the